right, what's up, everyone? Swinging Bull here with PB Alerts. Welcome to this week's earnings stream. Going to be going over United Airlines, which is ticker symbol UAL, and then also Interactive Brokers is reporting as well. That's ticker symbol IBKR. Just a quick peek here. This was a trade I had set up on Interactive Broker earlier. I did set up a trade on United Airlines, so I'll come back to that in a minute. United Airlines is supposed to report exactly at 4 p.m. Eastern, so literally in the next minute. The forecast EPS, just want to go through this real quick before the data comes out. Forecast EPS, negative 0.53. Forecast revenue, 12.41 billion. That's for United Airlines. Interactive Broker also reports exactly at 4 p.m. Their forecast EPS, $1.63. Forecast revenue, 1.17 billion. So let's go back to the candlesticks here. Looks like we got about 30 more seconds, and we'll see what kind of reaction we get to the earnings data. Okay, about 15 more seconds here. We should start getting some volatility. I'm going to zoom into the 1 minute chart, get kind of a closer view here. Okay, Interactive Broker got some bullish momentum into close, but it's got above here. Okay, here we go. There is the closing bell. I'm going to get my other screen pulled up here. Okay, here's United Airlines. So far, initial reaction, very bullish. We'll see if this is just going to be like a flicker candle or what have you. Refresh my other screen. As soon as I got some earnings data, I will let everybody know. Okay, definitely getting some flickering action on United Airlines. It's like the order book's kind of balanced to the buyers right now. And obviously that's reflecting into the price. Okay, sitting at 42 bucks. Volatility's coming in here. Okay, still waiting on some data. As soon as I got it, I'll post it for everybody. Okay, Interactive Broker getting up some bullish action. Volume kind of low on Interactive Broker today. United Airlines had 14 million, a little over 14 million volume. Average volume over the past 3 months, 8.73 million. So they definitely had some good volume today. Okay, I'm going to go over that trade I had set up too. Okay, so far it looks bullish. Sometimes these first few candles are kind of fake out candles. Okay, let me refresh my screen. Okay, still waiting on some data. Let me go over that trade real quick while we're waiting for these initial candles to open, or to print. So this was an inverse iron condor on United Airlines. What we did was we sold the 45 call, and then we bought the 44 call, and then we bought the 39 put, and we sold the 38 put. Okay, I got filled at 45 bucks. Say it closed at 44.50. This is April 19th expiration, so this Friday. And basically what I'm looking for here is by Friday, price of United Airlines technically needs to be above 44 and some change, and we'll have some profit there. Or it could be to the downside. There's two ways to make profit on this trade. It's not really biased to one direction. Of course, there is still risk if the price stays in my red tent, then that's where we'd be looking at taking a loss. But basically just looking for a move above 44 by tomorrow morning. You could see from the table that tomorrow morning, this inverse iron condor is actually still going to be worth some good money. So if we don't get the move tonight or tomorrow morning, you can see on my table here, I could easily just turn around and sell this and take a tiny loss. Like I'll only take like a $7 loss if the price stays flat. Now, if you hold this until Friday, that's when the max loss really starts showing its face here. So as long as you manage the trade accordingly, basically this inverse iron condor, we do these on for earnings plays. Basically, anytime we're expecting a big move, you can trade these inverse iron condors, and as long as we get the move we're looking for, it's a very profitable trade because we can make money if it goes to the moon or if it burns to the ground. It don't matter. Just looking for a move. The expected move on United Airlines, I think it was okay. Yeah, it's almost $3. So up or down $3. Let's see what we got so far. It's bullish reaction up over 4% in after hours. So it looks like it's well on its way to possibly be above 44 by tomorrow. Okay. I got some data for United Airlines. Okay, let me post this. I got some EPS and revenue data for everybody. Okay. Let me post this for everyone on YouTube and Twitter. So United Airlines earnings, the EPS came in at negative 0.38. Forecast was negative 0.57. So they beat EPS by almost 0.20. And I know it's still a negative number, but they beat the forecast by 0.20. So that's positive. Revenue came in at 12.5 billion. Estimate was 12.4. So they beat EPS and they beat revenue. Now it's going to be up to the CEO to put out some good forward guidance, and this should very well keep going up. Maybe trend up into tomorrow, 4:05 p.m. Eastern. So got a good 4 hours left of extended hours trading, and then of course pre-market. So far my trade looks like it's probably going to work out. We'll see what the price is tomorrow morning. But like I say, if the forward guidance is solid, this should probably keep trending up. And you can see there's some good upside to be had. It did top out around $49 on around towards the end of March. And then, of course, 58 from there. So there's some pretty solid levels for upside here where the price has been at before. Let me just take a picture of this real quick. So if this continues, obviously, looking for upside target around 48 bucks and then 58 from there. Let me go back to intraday chart here. Yep, still looking bullish. The bulls are still here. Let's look at the order book. Kind of even on the order book as far as imbalance goes. Looks like buyers are definitely still here. So far so good. Congrats to the bulls on United Airlines. So far so good. Haven't really. I mean, this first candle kind of wicked up and came all the way back down, but other than that, not really a lot of selling pressure going on, which is a good thing for United Airline bulls. Getting a little bit of a red candle here. We'll put on a Fibonacci real quick just to kind of see where this, okay, 25% retracement. If it did sell off a little bit from here, looking for about 43 bucks to hold. Looks like it wants to keep going though. All right, just made a new high in after hours. United Airlines up 5%. Pretty solid move for a $40 stock so far. Let's see if this continues. Move my fib up here. So I would think there's probably going to be a 25% retrace at some point and then maybe continue higher after that. Or, I mean, so far it just looks like a very positive reaction to the earnings data. Let me see if I get some more stuff here. Okay, United Continental capacity up 9.1%. They updated their fleet plan, allowing for a more consistent delivery schedule of approximately 100 narrow-body aircraft yearly, 2025 to 2027. So some pretty solid data so far. Let's see if there's anything else worth noting. Looks like it's just going to keep carrying on to the upside here. And just made another new high. Oh, it's about to hit break 44. So pretty decent move on United Airlines. This looks like it's probably going to keep going. So again, congrats to the bulls. This looks pretty solid. And it definitely looks like my trade is probably going to work out pretty well. I opened up a handful of these. Opened up 4 of them. So you can see if United Airlines keeps going up, I'm going to have a huge chunk of this max profit on the table, which pays about $55 for one of them. I opened 4. So yeah, if I, tomorrow morning when the opening bell rings, if I got some solid profit here on the upside, boom, I'm just going to take my money and be done with it. So far, looking good. Okay, 44.16, still going. Interactive broker, just not a lot of volume. Not really too exciting there. You can see some gaps here just from low volume and stuff like that. Let's take a quick peek at what United Airlines has done in previous earnings. Based on 15 analysts, moderate buy. They usually do a really good job beating EPS, which is reflected in this past earnings data here. And the price one day after previous earnings announcements. Typically, they're nice and green. When they reported October 17th of last year, they were down 10% the next day. But other than that, pretty green the next day. They tend to, United Airlines tends to have a positive reaction to earnings data based on the previous earnings. So that's pretty good. Let's see. Yep, still holding up here. Sitting right at 44 bucks, up 6% in after hours now. Like I say, I do believe that this has a good chance of hitting. If this keeps trending up, I'd be looking around 48 bucks tomorrow as price target for the upside. And interactive broker, just really not much going on here. Kind of watching paint dry. There's just no volume. Let's see, they got their free float. Okay, their float's 416 million. They only had 2 million volume today. So just really, let me see if I can at least get some interactive broker earnings data that I can post for anyone. IBKR. Let's see what we got here. Okay, here's interactive brokers. I'm getting this data from Trend Spider. Interactive broker. Interactive broker actually has some good data here. I'm surprised it's not getting more of a negative reaction. Let me post this for everybody. Okay, let me take down United Airlines note. Okay, so interactive broker, they posted double beat, which United Airlines posted double beat as well. So interactive broker posted double beat for Q1, and they raised the dividend. It's pretty good for them. EPS came in at $1.64 versus $1.63 estimate. Sales came in at 1.22 billion versus 1.20 billion, and then they raised the dividend from 0.10 to 0.25. So that's a pretty solid increase in dividend. I'm surprised we're not getting a bigger reaction on interactive broker chart. It's just kind of hanging out like flatlined right now. If it does get a positive reaction, of course we got some pretty clear levels here on the bigger time frames that we can look for upside targets. But the earnings data was pretty good on interactive broker. So right now it's just kind of hanging out. Maybe everyone's waiting on forward guidance. United Airlines looking like it hit a little bit of resistance here at 44.33. getting this pullback here close to the 25% retrace, which is right around 43.50. So I'd be looking for that level to hold for a possible bounce and for it to make a new high in after hours here. Still nothing exciting going on Interactive Brokers as far as price action. Let me post the United Airlines data again because that's the more popular one. And look at Interactive Brokers reactions to previous earnings. 8 analysts strong buy. Kind of a mixed bag with them beating EPS, to be honest with you. Kind of flip-flopping, you know, from beating to missing. And now their last earnings, they were a little bit green the next day. The previous ones before that, basically red the next day. Not really a big mover. Let's look at some fundamental financial data. Interactive Broker PE ratio forecast 16.95, which is pretty solid. EPS 5.67. Little bit of a cherry on top with the dividend yield, but again, they you know, Weeble's showing 0.37%, but that obviously yield is going to go up because Interactive Broker increased their dividend from 0.10 to 0.25 a share. So the yield's going to be more after this all gets updated. Income statement. I know. Yeah, I was going to say Interactive Broker usually has been pretty profitable. This is the annual. Nice growth there on the annual basis. Pretty solid year-over-year numbers. Looking at the quarterly, pretty solid. Around 600 to 700 million. Pretty consistent there. Year-over-year numbers look great. Take a quick peek at the balance sheet. Debt to asset ratio 89%. A little on the high side, but it is trending down on a quarterly basis, so that's good. But yeah, financials are pretty solid. The quant rating on Interactive Broker more towards value, quality, and growth and momentum. Very strong rating on the quant here. Average cost basis $89, which is well below current price. So there's a lot of profitable investors currently on this. So financials looking pretty solid on Interactive Broker. And again, it's just kind of sitting here flat. It did wick down to 105, then wicked up to almost 110. You know, so that's like a $5 swing. But now it's just kind of sitting close to where it closed at. Closed at 107.39, sitting at 107.68. So just nothing going on. United Airlines starting to kind of trade sideways a little bit. Wouldn't really call this selling off. Sitting right above the 25% retrace, which is around 43.50. We'll see if that holds or not. If it does, it'll probably continue trending up. And then we'll go from there. Okay. Heat map today. SPY, what did SPY ended up closing at? Let me just take a look at SPY. Actually, let me take a look here. Okay, yeah, they've basically just been trading in this $3 range, which was the pre-market low around 503, and then pre-market high around 506. So just kind of ping-ponging in that $3 range today. Me personally, I'm just going to wait for the break. So if it breaks 506, probably look for some calls there. If it breaks down below 503, there is a gap on the daily chart on SPY, which brings us to the mid 490s. I think there's, you know, probably a good possibility we're going to end up filling that gap here on SPY. You can see the little gap right here. Let me draw it out for everyone so you can see it. It hasn't got filled yet. It's right there. Bottom of the gap is mid 490s. Top of the gap is basically right around $500. So, you know, obviously if SPY's been in this $3 range today, trading from 503 to 506. So, we lose 503. That's going to be an easy short to 500, which would be the top of that gap. And then, very easily to the mid 490s on what, starts filling that gap. So it's kind of what's going on with SPY today. Kind of close up. It closed out slightly red, but basically 0.18%. I wouldn't say that was flat. It definitely was red. Let's take a look here at the sector information. So tech looks like was leading the pack today, up almost 0.25%, followed by consumer staples. Saw some of these risk off stocks at the bottom. Utilities, energy, basic materials, real estate. Those are at the bottom of the pack. Economic calendar. Let's see what we have left. Powell did speak today at 1:15 p.m. and didn't really move the market much. There was a little bit of up and down, but like I said, we've been trading from 503 to 506 on SPY all day, and neither of those levels broke. We didn't get a breakout. So kind of just basically a range day today, right? We make most of our money on the trending days. That's where I make most of my money. You can play the range days, if you're a good scalper and stuff like that, but I make the bulk of my money on trending days. Okay. Okay. So Powell spoke today at 1:15. Tomorrow we do have the beige book at 2 p.m. Eastern. Followed by two Fed speakers, one at 5:30, one at 7:15. Thursday, initial jobless claims, followed up by a slew of Fed speakers, pretty much most of the morning there. And then another Fed speaker on Friday. Next week, nothing scheduled on Monday. Got PMI data on Tuesday, durable goods on Wednesday, GDP on Thursday, and initial jobless claims at the same time. That'll probably be the day the market moves next week. I think when we get the jobless claim data on Thursday, we got retail inventories and stuff like that, and then we got PCE data to wrap up the week on next Friday. So that's kind of what the schedule looks like. Go back to the candlesticks and see what's going on. Okay, United Airlines trying to hold up here. Trying to hold up above 43 bucks. So we'll just kind of keep our eye on this for the rest of extended hours for the bulls. But so far, it looks like it's going to work out for the bulls. If it does start retracing down for whatever reason, definitely I'd be keeping my eye around 42.50. That's basically the pullback to the golden fib there, the 61.8% fib level. Usually we get it's usually a good level to watch. So keep your eye on that. Now, if it starts pulling back for the bulls, we want it holding above 42.50, and then maybe we can bounce from there. Or it stays where it's at here and just kind of trades sideways and then starts trending up again. But that's what we got on United Airlines. Just to kind of summarize, positive reaction to earnings. Let's see if it holds up. And then Interactive Broker. They released great earnings data. They beat EPS, they beat revenue, and they increased their dividend. And now we're actually getting a kind of negative reaction, down almost 1% in after hours. So we're it's obviously going to be due to some adjustment to their forward guidance. Maybe they adjusted it to the downside. But other than that, yeah, we went over the trade I had set up from earlier today, which I think is going to be just fine. And if I don't get the move I'm looking for, then tomorrow morning I'll just take a tiny loss and move on with my day. But no worries there. Let's look at some of the profit from our members from today. Just get my other screen pulled up. So this is in our Discord group where we live trade every day, and got Big Frosty had some nice gains today. A 66% gain there, 83% there, 150% there. Mr. SLP rocked it today, up several thousand. Zach Lizard, he's always crushing it. Had some nice gains on JagX today. And this is some trades from yesterday. Just kind of give you an idea of some of the profit we're making in this group. This was yesterday. This member made almost $1,000. Pretty solid there. 6 months of steady growth. They said I couldn't do it, but he did it. So that's good. So anyways, having a lot of fun over here in the group. If you're interested in joining the group, there's a link in the description where you can sign up for free. But we'd love to see everyone over there. And like I say, we live trade all day. There's tons of education. And we have a day trading coach, a swing trading coach. I'm more like the options, advanced options coach. And we have a technical analysis. You can kind of pick, which kind of trading you want to be a part of, and or you can try out all the coaches. It's up to you. But we had a lot of fun, and we hope to see everyone. But other than that, congrats to the United Airlines Bulls so far. Just keep your eye on the price. We don't want this failing below 42.50. And then Interactive Broker, just not really too exciting. Not really much movement. It was on low volume today, and there's still not much volume coming in. So, but other than that, I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their night. I'll see everybody later. Cheers.